Welcome back to Kanga TV, the home of North Melbourne fans, and after weeks of speculation about North Melbourne's future in both WA and Tasmania, the club today has confirmed that it will play 2 home games in WA over the next 3 seasons, starting from 2025. The final details surrounding the deal have been confirmed by the club this morning. Let's talk about it. North Melbourne will play 2 home games in WA in 2025, round 13 against the West Coast Eagles at Hand Stadium in Bunbury, and then round 14 against the Fremantle Dockers at Optus Stadium. Now, just want to say straight off the bat, this is an ultimate power move. I understand on field the results aren't exactly going West Coast's way in comparison to Fremantle, but for those who know the footy landscape over in WA, know that West Coast is the big club over there, and Fremantle sort of has a little brother syndrome. So I did chuckle a little bit when this fixture was released, with Fremantle taking the Optus Stadium fixture. I think it's a massive win for North Melbourne. I think it's massive for North Melbourne fans over in WA. WA is home to our largest supporter base outside of Victoria. We've also had some recent success over in Perth. We won a game there this season, a game last season against Fremantle, and then again in 2021 over West Coast during COVID in the wet. We don't mind playing over in WA in recent years anyway, and given where West Coast and North are currently sitting on the ladder, and even Fremantle's form from time to time, this could allow us to have some on-field success over in WA. The back-to-back fixture also allows North to create a solid home base for the duration of their stay over in WA. We did see some clubs hub over in WA in the 2021 COVID season, so we do know that there are facilities that would be more than capable of fitting us in, and it gives us a little bit of a better lay of the land. The deal also means that we won't play any additional games over in WA. Now, it's not likely that you would play more than 2 games over in Perth in a season, but these will be our home games, so we will not be playing any away games against either Fremantle or West Coast, which I think is a really big win for us. There is always that risk that you will go to WA twice in 1 year. We did so in 2023. So knowing that we're there for 2 weeks, back to back, knowing that's what our fixture looks like, minimizes any risk. It also is really beneficial for the club financially. We will be getting similar money out of 2 games in WA than we currently receive out of our deal with Tasmania, and we play 4 games there a season. It is also really nice to finally have some clarity around where Tasmania will sit. Let's dive into that now as well. So what does that mean for the future of North Melbourne and Tasmania? Well, 2025 is the last year they will sell home games to Tassie. Each of the North men's and women's teams will play 2 home matches in Tasmania in 2025 before exiting the market completely. Those 2 home games will be brought back to Melbourne from 2026 and beyond. I think this is a huge win for the club, especially off field. We've been able to halve the number of games we sell, but continue the same revenue stream. And clearly selling games is a really core part of us being able to continue to grow and flourish as a club financially and off the field. I must say, I do feel for Tasmanian fans. We have been really committed to growing a strong supporter group down in Tassie for over a decade now, and to really pull out of this deal somewhat abruptly and without a lot of communication prior to the news this morning, I think would probably sting a little bit. I don't know if feeling used is the right word or phrase for it, because the Tassie Devils will enter the competition. I feel like the club kind of don't have a choice. If they do want to continue selling home games and, being able to bring in revenue that way, then they do need to find a viable market. And I don't know if Tasmania will be a viable market once the Devils come into the competition in the next few seasons. But I do think that a little bit more communication and clarity for Tasmanian fans would have been the right thing to do. It seems like they have been left in the dark up until the news was released this morning. The news has been released a day ahead of the 2025 fixture being released. That is released tomorrow night, Thursday night at 7 p.m. I just think that there could have been a little bit better communication for Tasmanian fans around this news. I think we probably owed it to them, considering our long-standing relationship with them. However, this is the nature of the business. There has been rumors and murmurs around this coming for weeks, albeit we hadn't had any deal finalized and any news finalized until today. I think it's disappointing for them, But for myself, being a Melbourne-based supporter, North Melbourne being a Melbourne-based club, I think it is so important to start regaining our identity as a strong Victorian club. We're never going to be a big Victorian club, but doesn't mean we can't be a strong Victorian club. Really continue to grow our footprint in our own backyard, really reconnect with the fans. 9 home games in Melbourne from 2026. I think it is an incredible win. I think it's underrated. Bringing 2 games back to Melbourne. We only play like 11 games in Melbourne in a season as it stands. And for a Victorian-based club, it's really not enough. It's, I think we do need to start working towards growing the club to get it to a place where they can eventually bring all home games back to Melbourne. I think that is the dream. That is what we should be aiming for if we want to have long-term success. I think that's where we need to go. And I understand that it might be unfortunate for Tasmanian fans. It might be unfortunate for fans based in WA if this deal doesn't continue on the 3 seasons. But thinking about the core of the club, thinking about the heart of the club, what it means, what it stands for, what it is, we need to long-term look to bring all of those home games back to Melbourne and be able to survive and be able to financially not just survive, but be profitable as we look to grow and work towards our 5th premiership. As mentioned, the full fixture is released tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like for North Melbourne. I'm assuming a lot of 1:45 Saturday games, but until then, let me know what your thoughts are on the deal with WA. Leave all of those in the comments below. If you like this video and if you like the content coming through Kanga TV, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You can continue the conversation over on socials via Kanga TV Show on X and Instagram. I look forward to chatting with you guys very soon.